Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues. With this video, I'll be discussing some brief thoughts on episode 8 of the anime series Akuno Hana, or The Flowers of Evil. And this one had two major overriding factors to it. One was exposure, and the other one was long, drawn out, possibly introspective slow walking sequences. There was a lot of slow walking in this episode, and if you can actually stomach it and you can actually get through it, from about the half point on, it's just phenomenal. It's explosive like it was toward the end of the last episode, where you had Kasuga and Nakamura destroying their classroom. We pick up from that with them both going home, respectively, and he cannot sleep. He's doing his laundry, he's got his summer clothes on for the next school day, and he cannot sleep because of the anticipation and the anxiety that he's going to be found out, because he wrote on the chalkboard his name, a full confession that he stole Seiki's clothes and all the stuff. She's going to find out, the whole class is going to find out, and he is really anticipating a monumental and not for the better shift in his life. So, of course, he does go to school the next day, and just as he's about to have a nervous breakdown, he runs into Seiki, so they end up going together, her words sort of guiding him to the classroom. There's a commotion when they get there, and when they go in, it's stunned silence. I mean, everyone is just, they can't believe what they're seeing. They're all incredulous, and basically you have Nakamura sitting over in the corner, sticking her tongue out, smiling. She's getting a big kick out of it. Seiki's horrified because there on the floor in the center of the classroom are her gym clothes, the stolen clothes, and, she feels, I would imagine, pinpointed by all of this, like somebody has it out for her. And we also see the shock and horror and just stunned silence of Kasuga, who realizes his name has been covered up by the ink they used to then further trash the classroom. So nobody knows who did this. Nobody knows that it was him. There's an emergency assembly held, and basically everyone is sent home, which is really intriguing because, of course, there's this moment of introspection where he's vomiting and he doesn't know how to react to everything, and he's confronted with Nakamura once again, and she is just ecstatic. She's like brought to literally the peak of enjoyment over all of this, and she really feels a chip on her shoulder because, as far as she's concerned, this deviance that she's been trying to chip away at, within him as she sees it, she's been successful. She's successfully moved, or removed rather, one of the walls hiding it. And then you have the other foot drop, where he has this look of horror come across his face. His eyes go all wide. And I thought for a split second there that it was his realizing that she was right all along. But in fact, Seiki shows up, and she's carrying the Flowers of Evil book of poetry by Baudelaire, and she's figured it out. She confronts him. Basically he says we should break up. He's about to run off. But then one of the two girls, I wasn't sure which, call out his name, and Seiki just confronts him. You were the one who did the classroom. I know because the image on front of this book, this, flower, was the same thing painted on the floor in the classroom. My clothes were there, you stole my clothes, all this stuff, and of course cliffhanger, right then and there. We don't get an answer from Kasuga to Seiki whether he was the one responsible, but it all came to an explosive head by the end, and I cannot wait, after seeing this, what happens next time. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of this episode, if you've seen it, how closely it's following the manga, if you are still following that, because I plan to, once the series is over. I don't want to get spoiled with the story and everything. But yeah, this is just an amazing series so far. I love this story, and I'm really anticipating where it could go next. So yeah, I hope to hear from you, and otherwise I'll catch you later. Peace.